Alright, so today we're going to be looking at an opener that I've had for a couple months. I just haven't been able to use it for that couple months because it has been running, and I finally got it running today. So, well, the opener is this. This is my other Genie Pro screwdriver, model CM7600IC/A. This is the more rare 1/3 horsepower version. This is one I got from work, and this one was locked up. The motor could not spin, and it actually was a little bit difficult to figure out why it was locked up, because originally I just took the motor apart and tried lubing it, the bearings and stuff, and seeing if that would fix it. And when I just turned it by hand, it seemed to spin perfectly fine. What I didn't realize is that the motor shaft actually had a lot of play to it, and let's see, here it is. So this is the original Endbell, and I don't know if you can really tell. I mean, you can see there's some shavings in there, and yeah, but it's just a little bit, the hole is just worn out in a way that when the motor tries to spin, the shaft kind of gets stuck in the worn spot and keeps the motor from spinning. So what I did is I just had to replace the end bell with the good one, and the opener works perfectly fine. This is the donor machine. It's an IS 900/A. This is one that was sitting at my company, and I figured, well, I'll take it. And I have it pretty much completely stripped down. I've got the other parts for it in here. Replacing the end bell, it's a little more of an involved repair. It's not incredibly difficult. You don't have to tear it down like this. Really, you just need to take off the RPM sensor. You got to unplug some wires. Actually, you do have to take out one of the wires from the wiring harness, but you pretty much just unbolt things, undo some wires, and it slides off and the new one slides on. Now, one thing that actually was kind of surprising when I had both of these apart and right next to each other, which, I mean, I probably wouldn't have noticed this if I didn't have them right next to each other, is that it turns out the motor on the 1/3 horsepower machine is actually a little bit shorter than this motor on the 1/2 horsepower. So that was a little interesting. I did not expect that, but they do use different motors in them, and the capacitors are also different. But anyway, yeah, so this is, as I said, a 1/3 horsepower, and it's from 1998. I don't know if you can read that. So I'm going to focus on it. There you go, you can kind of read it. So 98. This is the, so I now have all three case styles of the screwdriver. I've got the boxed off one, I've got the rounded one, like that H6000A, and then I've got the ISL 950, which the H6000A, I still need to do some looking into that one because that one has a force problem. I'm not sure if that one is an issue with the RPM sensor or if it's a similar issue to this, that the end bell, the bearing in the end bell is starting to wear out, or maybe it's got a blown capacitor. I'm not really sure. I had the case off to replace the receiver board in that one, but I didn't really, well, I ran it off the rail and it ran all right, so I didn't think to look at any of the other parts. But so being made in 1998, I'm not sure if by that time they would have switched over to the tombstones, but I'm using the older style remote, model ACS GT Type 1. And then I have the slide up keypad, model ACS DG. And this button is the button it would have come with. It's just a regular Series 2 button. So this thing is actually pretty quiet as well. So we'll go ahead and run this, and here we go. Shouldn't stop it with the button. So yeah, it's pretty quiet. It does make a little bit of noise, but Yeah, it'll kind of do make a little noise. We'll run this down with the keypad. So yeah, and I'm not sure speed-wise if this machine is any slower than the half horsepower motors are. I'd assume it's the same, but I'm not sure. It's one of those things to have to put them side by side to really know. But that's pretty much it. So that is the Genie Pro screw drive. So thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all later.